Hello you guys, it's me Ximarru or Jimena. In this video, I will be redrawing 3 of my very first Cookie Run fan arts. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I didn't think my style had developed in the past 3 years, but now that I've finished with them, I can see that I was totally wrong and there is definitely improvement. So without further ado, let's get started! The first redraw I started on was with Moonlight Cookie, made in January 2023. She was the first cookie that I was determined to have on my team. Her design definitely played a big factor as to why I liked her so much. I was constantly trying to build her, and even though I don't use her much nowadays, she's still one of my favorites. As I was looking back on this drawing, I was still very happy with it, which isn't bad at all of course, but because of that, I didn't think there would be any significant differences between the old and new drawing. But even so, I still decided to challenge myself and redraw it. Now, some more about Moonlight Cookie. She is the celestial custodian of the City of Wizards, and a guardian of nature alongside Sea Fairy, Wind Archer, Fire Spirit, Frost Queen, Stormbringer, and Millennial Tree Cookie. She protects the city and was made to be utterly perfect. But even so, she still grieves the wizard's demise, and while she slumbers, she dreams of their return. She is also Stardust Cookie's sister, which I had no idea about, but it makes a lot of sense looking back now. Now, while I was redrawing, I noticed a couple of big changes that I was doing with this new drawing. The first big change was her hair. In this new drawing, her hair is more wavy and with more curly ends. There was also more detail in the hair strands, but that's because of the way I draw hair nowadays. I also drew her hands in a more realistic way, you could say. Looking back at the older drawing, I couldn't stop staring at her hands. They felt a little odd to me, and I think it was the way they were positioned. So I decided to change that, and I'm very happy with how they look like now. Her gloves are also longer now, and her hat isn't just curving down, it also has more curves to it. I also tried to reflect the glow from the star in a more accurate way. I was looking at references from Pinterest and tried copying that. For the older drawing, I just remember adding glowy effects to her face and calling it a day. Although I don't think there's a big difference between the glow effects, at least I know that for this newer drawing that it's a bit more accurate. But I'm still not good with lighting, and I haven't practiced much with it, so I'm sure it could be better, but for now this will do. This next drawing is of Cherry Blossom Cookie, made in April 2022, which is such a funny coincidence since I'm pretty sure that April is her birthday month, and it correlates to when cherry blossom trees actually bloom. Cherry Blossom Cookie was also one of my favorites when she first came out. I never properly built her though, but she is a cutie. My goal for Cookie Run Kingdom is to build every cookie I have, so one day she will be built. Cherry Blossom Cookie can be described as Mary Poppins due to her suitcase, speaking mannerisms, and her parasol abilities in a fight. She is also Cherry Cookie's older sister. There are so many siblings in Cookie Run that I had no idea about. Now, some changes that I noticed. I did change her hair just a bit. It's a little longer now, and her pigtails look more like buns. Her parasol is also positioned in a more accurate way, and you can see more of its details. Her eyes are also smaller, which is something I do now, and thank goodness for that because I'm not gonna lie, her eyes in the older drawing were a little too big. I also made the ends of her hair shaped like cherry blossoms from the game. Some big art style changes that I also noticed were that there is more detail in the clothing and the fact that I use more muted colors now. This goes for Moonlight Cookie's drawing as well, but you can see more folds in her clothing. They may not be accurate, but they're there, and the colors are not as bright as the older ones. I remember I used to really like using these brighter colors, and I admire artists who can color like that, but I clearly don't know how. And I'm used to coloring with more muted colors now anyways. I do think I used too much pink in the older drawing. I mean, even the outline was a bright pink. So instead, I tried using darker pinks and purples. I still wanted the drawing to feel bright even if I didn't use bright colors, and I think I executed that feeling pretty well. Last but not least is Tiger Lily Cookie, made in June 2022. I won't lie, Tiger Lily Cookie didn't really stand out to me too much, but the only reason I had drawn her back in the day was because I saw Miriam do fan art of her. And for those who don't know who Miriam is, she is the creator of Hooky and Marioneta on Webtoon. I really admire her, so I'm not surprised that once I saw her draw Tiger Lily, I decided to draw her as well. Tiger Lily Cookie is a wild yet wary cookie who wanders in the Hollyberryan wilderness. She's accompanied by her closest companion, her butter tiger, and they both protect the jungle. Tiger Lily Cookie feels uneasy about her identity. She wants to form bonds with other cookies, but she's forced to live in her untamed way since it's all she's ever known. Tiger Lily is an estranged princess, meaning her and Princess Cookie are twins. But Tiger Lily was stolen away as a baby, therefore has no idea of her true identity. I had no idea Tiger Lily had this much lore to her, and it's very interesting. For this drawing, I changed a couple of things, starting off with her pose. I felt her original pose was a bit awkward and I didn't think it suited her very well. So instead of having one of her arms touching the ground, now both are holding the spear in a more defensive stance. Also, the way she was holding the spear with one hand looked really bad. The way I had drawn it, it looked like she was wrapping the spear with just one finger, and that was really bothering me. Her eyes are now looking to the side, mostly because it looked weird for her just to look straight. Her hair is also more flowy, and the flower in her hair looks more accurate from the perspective we're looking at her from. I'm being very nitpicky with the older drawing, but that's just because I really don't like it. Even when I had first drawn it, I wasn't really proud of it, but oh well. I also completely changed the background. Instead of just having patterns around, I decided to have her in an outdoor setting. I'm not good at doing backgrounds, so I went for something simple. But overall, I love how it turned out. This was a very fun video to do, and I really enjoyed comparing the older drawings to the newer ones. I actually have 3 more drawings I could redraw, but that's only if you guys are interested in seeing another part to this. But that's it for now. Until next time!